something, man. You smell something?
I definitely smell something in my hair.
I smell.
Shark bait! What does Michael Jordan in the NBA Finals, Floyd Mayweather's boxing career, and me, the Shark, all have in common? We're undefeated. Yes, me, the Shark. In slang, shark bait refers to someone who is an easy target for attack, exploitation, or ridicule, whether by a literal shark or a predatory person. And when it comes to football, I'm going to exploit the shark bait. Every lineup that they have, there's always a game or a score, an over and under, or a spread that just smells like shark bait. They want you to believe one thing, but normally it's the completely opposite. And I'm going to exploit that for you. 1 o'clock game. We got Buffalo and the Jets, Giants and Cowboys, Browns and Ravens, Rams and Titans, Bears and Lions, Jaguars and Bengals, Seahawks and Steelers, 49ers and Saints. Those are the 1 o'clock games. Starting with the Buffalo and Jets game. Feels like a 27-20 type game. They got Buffalo minus 6.5. I'm going to lead the points. I'm just going to take Buffalo, and I'm going to take the under at 47.5. So I'll either take the over and under, or I'll take the spread. This case, give me Buffalo under 47.5. This feels like a 27-20 type game. Giants versus Cowboys. Cowboys playing at home. Everything the Giants showed me last week is everything I need to know. They're not obviously going to go anywhere. I took them over 5.5 for the season. I'm going to stand on it. I feel like this game is going to be the deciding factor whether they fall short or not. They need to beat the Cowboys to keep their 5.5 win total alive. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. We seen a CeeDee Lamb last week that we're not going to see again. Very rarely is he going to drop 3 or more balls. Last season, he only dropped 3 passes. So I'm going to take the Cowboys minus 4.5. I'm not going to touch the over and under at 44.5. This feels like a 17-28 game with the Cowboys. Expect CeeDee Lamb to have a monster game. Again, expect CeeDee Lamb to have a monster game. So all you fantasy players out there, if you got CeeDee Lamb in your lineup, I would put him at your wide receiver number 1. That's just my advice. Browns versus Ravens.
I smell something, man. You smell something?
I definitely smell something in my hair.
I smell.
Shark bait. This is shark bait. Browns versus Ravens. We know that's a rivalry game. It's either a high-scoring blowout by the Ravens, or it's one of those 17-16 duke it out, 13-10 duke it out, Steelers Ravens, Steelers Brown type of games where that's just a rivalry game. Unfortunately, this is the shark bait. Steve, they gave the Browns 12.5 points. In history, anytime they're giving the team 10.5 or more, most sports bettors will lean towards that side. Me, I'm calling shark bait. I'm going to take the Ravens minus 12.5 at home, coming off a devastating, heartbreaking loss last week against the Bills, who took them out of the playoffs last year. I think Lamar Jackson, the 2-time MVP, 2.5-time MVP, because last year I feel like he should have won it. Lamar Jackson, the 2.5-time MVP, is going to come out swinging, and they also have an 11,000-yard rusher for his career, and still not showing any signs of slowing down. And King, Derrick Henry, my favorite running back of all time in my top 5. That's just my opinion. I'm going to take the Ravens minus 12.5. This game definitely smells like 13-30 Ravens. So I'm going to go with that. Baltimore is going to destroy them. And you can best believe that Harbaugh is going to come out swinging. Rams versus Titans. I'm not going to get too much into this game. I think the Rams defensive front is going to put pressure on the rookie quarterback, Cam Ward, coming out of Miami. Cam Ward, welcome to the NFL. But just like you learned from the Denver Broncos last week, listen, these teams are very hard on edge rushers these days. That is the new bread and butter, fast edge rushers. And Rams check all 4 boxes on interior defense and edge rushers. So expect to see a lot of blitzing from the Rams. Yes, their quarterback's a little banged up. He didn't look too sharp last week versus the Texans. I think he rebounds today. I think he rebounds tomorrow. I don't think the Rams are going to blow them out, but it smells like a 21-14 type game. I got the over and under at 41.5. I'm going to stay away from it, but my guess is going to be it's 21-14. Give me the Rams minus 5.5. Bears versus Lions. Yes, I know I'm on the record for taking the Lions as a shark bait team for the over and under 10.5 wins. I still don't believe they're going to win more than 10 games this season. I still do believe that their window of opportunity to become Super Bowl contending and Super Bowl winning champions are over. The last 2 years was the last chance they had. It's over. Their window of winning is over. So I'm going to stand 10 toes down on that. But I am going to take the Lions minus 6.5 against the Bears because I am not a believer in the Bears. I'm not a believer in their coach. I think he made a bad decision going to that franchise. And I'm definitely not a believer in Caleb Williams. I think he's a diva. He was all that in a bag of chips in college, but we've seen last year on the tape that he's just not NFL ready. Now, will he ever be NFL ready? I don't know. I'm not calling the kid bad. I'm just saying he's not NFL ready. I'm going to take the Lions minus 6.5. And the reason why I'm taking the minus 6.5 is because Jared Goff plays well and plays better where? At home, in the dome. Jared Goff is a dome player. He plays better at home. He has a better winning percentage at home. He has a better passer rating at home. He has a better completion rating at home. And they score more points at home. So give me the Lions minus 6.5. Feels like a 27-20 Lions type game. Jaguars versus Bengals. This is the shootout game. I repeat, this is the shootout game. Every week, the NFL gives you a list and gives you numbers. And they have those teams where they're like, hey, the spread is going to be 40 on this one or 49 on this one. And some people may take the under on this. It's set at 49.5. Don't be one of those guys who takes the under. Do not be that guy. This is going to be the game where we actually see Joe Burrow come back to life. He laid up a stinker against the Browns last week. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase under 60 yards combined. Don't expect that this week. They both may go over 100. Jamar Chase is going to have a field day. Likewise for Travis Hunter and Brian Robinson Jr. That guy is a beast. I'm telling you, this is the shootout game. I'm going to take the over at 49.5. I'm also going to take the Jags plus 3.5, but the Bengals to win it. So give me the Bengals to win it, but the Jaguars with the points. Feels like a 28-31 type of game. Look for Joe Burrow to rebound and have one of those 300-plus passing yard games with multiple touchdowns. Jamar Chase definitely to have a field day. But again, give me the Jags plus 3.5, but the Bengals to win it. Over 49.5. Seahawks versus Steelers.
Hey, I smell something, man. You smell something?
I definitely smell
You
something in my hair.
I smell.
Shark bait. This is another shark bait game. It's shark bait because they gave us 40.5 points. The over and under is at 40.5. Now, we just seen Aaron Rodgers put that up last week against a Jets defense that was top 5, especially in the first 3 quarters last season, in defense. And now they're going to tell me or tell us versus the Seahawks, the line's at 40.5. So you're going to have a lot of people leaning towards the over. No, absolutely not. This is going to be a comeback to life. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is not a 250 plus yards per game quarterback. That's not Aaron Rodgers, and that's definitely not Mike Tomlin. I don't care who's back there in the pocket. This is definitely going to be one of those 17-16 type games where Mike Tomlin resorts back to the Mike Tomlin in the past that we know. That's more about run the ball, clock management, game management, get the win, get out of there, move to week 3. So I'm going to take the Seahawks plus 3, but the Steelers to win it. But the shark bait's on the over and under. So I'm going to go with the under 40.5 on this game. If I'm going to bet, I'm going to bet the under 40.5. This is a 16-17 game. Steelers to win it. Seahawks with the points. Our last 1 o'clock game is the 49ers and the Saints. This game is a stinker. If there's the worst rating for any game on this slate, I'm going to give it to the 49ers and the Saints. I don't think Brock Purdy's playing. He's doubtful. George Kittle's on IR, so he's out for 4 weeks. Brandon Ayuk's not playing. Mac Jones is starting. Mac Jones? Mac who? McDonald's? Not the Mac Jones who was gritty into the Pro Bowl 2 years ago or 3 years ago when he ran it in for a 1-yard touchdown. Not Mac Jones who couldn't score over 17 points in New England. Not Mac Jones who hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in God knows how long. Not that Mac Jones. That's the one starting for the 49ers versus the Saints. Who's the Saints quarterback? What's his name? Spencer Rattler? So what is this, the battle of the backup quarterbacks? Because even though Spencer Rattler's a starting quarterback, is he really a starting quarterback? I don't think so. This game is a stinker. It's going to be one of those 12 to 14 type games. They have the over under at 40, or the point set at 40.5. I'm going to take the under. I'll take the Saints to win it, plus 2.5. This game is a stinker. I'd rather watch a three-legged dog race a blind mouse. Anything but this football game tomorrow, okay? Give me the Saints plus 2.5. Let's move on to our 4 o'clock afternoon game, starting with the Patriots and Dolphins. Listen, anytime NFL players have a players-only meeting after week 1 or any time during the season, there's a problem. You're not having a players-only meeting to sing Kumbaya and pat everybody on the back and say, hey, we've been kicking butt this week. No, that's not why you have player-only meetings. Cam Newton said it the best on his podcast. He said, when everything's good, we don't have player-only meetings. No, when everything's good, we're vibing in the cafeteria. We're vibing in the locker room. We're vibing on the field. We're vibing on the bus. But when you have a players-only meeting, there's a problem. And there's a problem stirring up in Miami. And don't let it go over your head. Just know that there's a problem with the quarterback. There's a problem with the receiver. There's a problem with that entire team. And unfortunately, well, actually, fortunately, it's going to be the coach who is the one who gets punished for it, because we all know Mike Daniels is not fit to be coach in Miami. That's what happens when you lose control of a team and you don't have control of the players. They run all over you and they don't do well, and they definitely don't perform well. They're going against the Patriots at home. Patriots plus 1.5. Give me that. And it's going to be a blowout. You write the score. I'm going to take the Patriots. Mike Vrabel is not starting off his coaching career in New England 0-2, especially going against the Dolphins that we just seen Danny Two Nichols dot up last week. So expect Drake May to have a big game. Again, give me the Patriots with the points. You write the score. Miami's cooked. Let's move on. Panthers versus Cardinals. Now, I like this. I like the Cardinals this year. I was the one who took the Cardinals over this year for their win total. They're giving the Panthers 6.5. I'll still take the Cardinals minus 6.5. I think Kyler Murray has a great bounce back year. Him and Marvin Harrison finally have some great chemistry. They got a stud at tight end. They picked up better defenders. They got Josh Sweat rushing off the edge from Philadelphia. I really, really, really like this Cardinals team. I think that they are definitely a playoff team. 10 games. Maybe they even win the West. We'll see. But I like the Cardinals. 17-24 Cardinals for me. Give me the Cardinals minus 6.5. Let's move on. Broncos versus Colts. This is a tough one. This was a tough one for me. I am the one who took shark bait on the Colts. See, people don't think the Colts are a playoff team. People don't think the Colts are going to win over 7 games. I think it's set at 6.5. They don't think it's possible. I'm the one who said, oh, no. This team is a 10-win team. This team can win the AFC South. This team definitely can win a playoff game. I like Danny Dimes. I like to call him Danny Two Nichols, because this isn't Danny Dimes from the New York Giants. Not that we seen last week throwing 250 yards, a touchdown, and running it in for 2 and having a QB rating of over 100. Not the Danny Dimes that had over 200 yards passing in the first half last week against Miami. Yeah, I know that Miami defense team is cooked this season, but they were a top 5 defense last season. So give me the Colts plus 2.5. This feels like a 23-20 game. Yes, obviously we know we're going against the Broncos and Pat Surtain and Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper on the line, and their studs at D tackle. But I like this Colts O-line. You got Nelson, one of the best left guards in the game. You still got Jonathan Taylor. He's a top 10 running back, isn't he? He's healthy. You got Danny Two Nichols. He can take off. And if he plays anything like even just half as well as he did last week, they definitely could take this game. Give me the Colts at home plus 2.5. Feels like a 23-20 game. Colts will start their season 2-0 for the first time in a long time. Philly versus Chiefs. Woo! I really want to call shark bait on this one, but I'm not. I like the way they set the line. It's tricky. They gave the Chiefs plus 1.5 at home. I couldn't understand why, but don't you fall for that bait. Who are they throwing to? Xavier Worthy's hurt. Is he playing? I don't know. You tell me. Who are they throwing the ball to? Rashee Rice isn't playing. I was the one who called shark bait. I called shark bait early this season. The takes, I'm on the record. Go listen to the podcast. Our over and under win totals for 11.5. Not the Chiefs. Not this year. They've just been getting by. See, the Chiefs just been getting by. And after a while, the league catches on like, hey, you've just been getting by. We seen it last year, and the Eagles exploited them and said, no. We know during the regular season, you've just been getting by. And right now in the Super Bowl, we're going to fly on past you. We're going to ride on by you. And that's exactly what they did. And that's exactly what they're going to do this time. They're going to Arrowhead. Yeah, we understand, Pat Mahomes at home. He's just the man. Listen, he's still the best quarterback in the league. Hands down. Hands down. I'm not going to take that from him. But I'm also not going to pretend like Philly isn't going to pick up where they left off. And that's kicking their feet and kicking dirt on the Kansas City Chiefs. This time at their own home. So give me Philly -1.5. Jalen Hurts is going to have to throw the ball. And we're finally going to get to see that arm that we don't get to see. And if Justin Herbert could dot up that Kansas City defense last week, what do you think Jalen Hurts is going to do with A.J. Brown? So if I was a betting man, I would put my money on A.J. Brown this week. I think he's going to have a monster week. Him and CeeDee Lamb are my two hot takes this week. Expect A.J. Brown to get off to a very hot start. I wouldn't be surprised. Get me on record for this. I wouldn't be surprised if the first play of the Eagles is a wide receiver screen or slant to A.J. Brown. I wouldn't be surprised. Put me down on record for that. That's me. A.J. Brown gets the first play. The first offensive play for Philly. Feels like a 23-21 game. Give me Phyllis -1.5. The Chiefs keep it close, but Philly runs out of there with the W. Let's move on. Last game of the afternoon, Falcons versus Vikings. I like the Falcons. I think they played one hell of a game last week against the Bucs. That was a division rivalry game. I seen Baker Mayfield just put together one of the best fourth quarter drives to take the lead, but let's not pretend like Younghoe Koo didn't lose the game for the Falcons, who actually came down and had a chance to win the game. I like Michael Penix. Raheem Morris is sending a message to the league. He's putting the league on notice by saying, listen, this quarterback that I have, he is not a running quarterback. He is a pocket quarterback. He threw the ball 42 times last week versus the Bucs defense that is straps in the passing game. I like that. And he was successful. And if I told you that Drake London was not the leading receiver, you'd think I was crazy. It was Bijan Robinson. I don't expect to see that much often going forward, especially in the passing game to Bijan Robinson. But I do expect the Falcons to win this game versus the Vikings. I like J.J. McCarthy, but I think he got lucky just playing against a Bears team that didn't know what the heck they were doing in the fourth quarter. So give me the Falcons +3.5 over the Vikings. It feels like a 24-20 type of game. And that's it, folks. Listen. I'm the Shark. And the Shark is undefeated. The Shark is always right. And that's it, folks. Listen. I'm the Shark. And the Shark is always right. Go ahead and leave your comments in the comments section. Let me know what you think about the Shark Bait games again. Browns versus Ravens. I called Shark Bait on the point spread. Ravens -12.5. That's all day. I think this game is a blowout. Feels like a 30-13 type of game. Another Shark Bait game at the 1 o'clock was the Steelers versus the Seahawks. Steelers +3. Shark Bait on the over and under. Definitely going to be under. This is going to be like a 17-16, 17-13 type of game. Those are my two Shark Baits. And Patriots and Dolphins, that's a blowout. It's not a Shark Bait, but I'm just calling a blowout. And like I said, the Philly versus Kansas City Chiefs game, A.J. Brown gets the first offensive play of that game. Go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. I am out.